So I wanted to show you the difference in a good converter and a bad converter. I always have people asking me, if my catalytic converter is messed up, can I put some chemical or additive or something like that in my tank and cause it to clean out? And the question to that is, I guess if it's not too bad, that might work, but if it's clogged up real bad, then I don't see how that's going to work, because a lot of times once your catalytic converter clogs up really, really bad, the car won't even run. And I'm going to explain to you why it won't run when that happens. Here we have two converters. This is considered a breedlove converter that comes off of like a General Motors product, and this is actually an aftermarket converter here. Well, yeah, no, I actually think it might be after. I was told it was aftermarket. I think it's a factory one, but I didn't feel like arguing with the guy. Either way, one of them's good, one of them's bad. I'm going to show you a quick way of showing. You can't really tell from the outside whether it's good or bad, but when you look down inside of the converter, all right, you'll notice that. Let's put a little light on that. You see that right there? See how that's all credit up in there? Let me see that. Yeah, it's like a little screen in there. Well, that screen actually goes pretty much the width of this. All right, that little screen hole. Now, when you look through that one, this one is in pretty good shape. You see that little screen? It looks like just a mesh screen on the end. Like I said, each one of those little square tubes goes all the way to the other side of this converter. Now, what this does is whenever your car is running and it doesn't burn all the gas that goes through it. So that we have a clean environment and the air doesn't smell like unburnt gas fumes, we've put catalytic converters on cars. And what this does is basically it's like an oven, and it'll heat up. It's actually the hottest part of the car, because what it's doing is burning those extra gas fumes that haven't been burnt in the engine combustion chamber through the process of driving the car or running the motor. So what happens is over time these things will clog up. You might be using bad gas or have a poor running car. There's a number of things that cause this thing to clog up like that. But if you do your tune-ups and you keep your car running optimal, then these things should last actually the life of the car. So I'm going to show you how you can tell it's bad and how you can tell this one's good. And we're going to use something real simple, flashlight here. All right, so what we're going to do, as you can see, that's a pretty bright light there, isn't it? Love that light. That's a different story for a different time. But what we'll do is, you shine it there and you see it. And we'll come over to the other side, and you notice there's the light. There's no light coming through. There's the light. No light coming through. Now we'll go over here to the good converter, and look at that. Stick the light in the hole, and as you can see, the light travels all the way through. Now, there's a few of those little specks down there. This is a used converter, but there's a few of those little specks down there that are kind of clogged up. But for the most part, this converter is in pretty good shape and can actually be reused. Now, I guess if maybe you had a converter that had a little bit of stuff like that in there, and you use some of that converter cleaner, that might work. But that's a different video for a different time. As you can see on that side there, the screen is pretty clean down in there. All right, so that's how you can tell the difference. You look on this end, and that looks, nice and clean. But again, when you come to the other side, you don't see nothing. So that side is really caked up in there. And it's just caked up so much to the point that when it was on the car wouldn't run, because the exhaust builds up right here, pressure, that causes the motor to choke itself out. So if you have this problem, they tell you that your catalytic converter is bad and you need to change it. And most likely you're going to need to change it. I know these things can be kind of expensive. They usually offer like a universal aftermarket for, depending on what market you live in, for around $100. To go back with a direct factory fit, it's probably going to be double that and then some. But either way, you need that on the car to pass the emissions test also. And it also helps your car to run better too, because as you see here, you have an oxygen sensor, and that's going to read the results of how this thing is performing and make adjustments to the car accordingly, whether it needs more or less fuel, and it basically helps the car run a lot better and keeps it from burning this thing out. because if your car is running rich, then you've got a lot more gas running down, which is going to cause this to heat up a lot hotter and will actually cause it to fail a lot sooner. I've taken these off before, and that little square brick in there just comes out like a big ball of coal or something. All right, that's all I wanted to share with you today. If you have any comments or questions, please post, chat. Kind of doing a little experiment here. This is the factory one here, which is bad. I'm actually going to put this one on there, weld that together, and get the car on down the road. All right, until next time, if you have any questions or comments, please post, chat. Other than that, subscribe. Please subscribe. Share this with the world, and have a great day.